Are you ready to log into the parent portal for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Delaware? Here's how. If you're visiting this website for the first time, click Need a Login. If your child is a returning Boys and Girls Clubs of Delaware member, please be sure to use the same primary contact information. Provide your first name and your last name. Birth date is required. An email address is also required. For our purposes, I'll be hiding my email address, but once I've entered my email address, I will click Submit. Now, this error is actually not a bad thing. It means that my information is already in the system. So let me show you an alternative. I'll select Forgot Password. Now I'll put in my email address, and that email address is my username. It will be the same email address that I provided to the club previously. I'll click Reset Password, then I'll go to my email, and I will receive a password reset link. That link will allow me to reset my password, and then I'll be able to enter the system. If visiting the site for the first time, please be sure to complete, at minimum, first name, last name, birthday, and email. Once you click Submit, you're ready to begin. Now that I've registered my children for summer camp program weeks, I want to make a payment. I can make a payment at the parent portal, and I can see more information by clicking this caret and then clicking Wrap Text. If I scroll up to this area, I can see memberships that we've already registered for my family, as well as any registrations. So I can toggle back and forth between these two tabs. And I have a few active enrollments that I can take a look at. I know that very recently we registered for Frame, and we also registered Kayla for Frame and Michael for Frame. So this will help you to refresh your memory on what you purchased and what balances you need to pay. Again, scrolling here, I only want to pay some of my balance. So if I click this pencil, this allows me to decide what I want to pay and what I don't want to pay. I'm going to go ahead and pay for 3 of my enrollments. So I'll leave these amounts and I'll set this amount to 0 because I'm not going to pay it right now. And I'm also going to set this amount to 0. I'll click Save. Now my amount to pay has been updated so that I'm paying for these 3. And so what I'll be paying today is $451. When I click Pay, I'll need to scroll up a bit because my screen does change, but I'll go to this area here that says Pay a Balance. From here, I can select a payment method, which would be a one-time credit card payment, or I'll select an existing payment option, which will allow me to use my stored account. I'm going to use my stored account today and remind you that no one can see my credit card information, and that protects it from being stolen. So I'll click here for my secure payment. The screen will take a moment to refresh. Do note that once I make a choice here, I cannot go back and then choose that one-time credit card payment option. If I need to change my mind, I would need to either use the back button here or refresh my page, and then I'd have to start again and make a decision about which amounts I want to pay and so on. But I'm happy with this selection. I'll click Pay. And now I have the option once again to view or print a receipt, or I can email a receipt to myself or to somebody else if I want to. I'm going to refresh my page. And when I scroll down, I'll see that my balance has changed and I have these 2 remaining payments. I'd also like to remind you that you have the ability to print an account statement, which allows you to see transactions. You have the ability to print your own account statement at your convenience. This allows you to see all the transactions that you've made in a given time period. You're also able to see a history of transactions. For example, here I can see earlier today that I enrolled for those weeks of camp, and here's where I made my payment.